Let's fight. A good night to each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring wherever you're joining us from. Let's fight. Bantu King, Annette Cummins, Yolanda Thomas, and all the other folks joining us. Marilyn, welcome in the ring. Susan McDonald, we see you there. And all the other folks. Isabella Butchers, Susan McDonald, as we said, Bantu Annette Cummins, Jolly Anderson, Debbie Collins. A great evening to each and every one of you, wherever you guys are joining us from. Pace and power. Welcome in the ring, folks. Let's fight. Pull them up. Let's fight. Latoya and Rolinda. Rolinda Jordan, how are you doing? Paul Bourne. Good to see you, Paul. Hope you well. Paul, we hope you are well. Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you. We hope we're not peeking too much. Good to have you, Shauna, and all the other folks. Guys, we got the fight card set. It's only you all missing pace and power. I tell you, I'll be ready right off the bat. Pace and power. Gail Mingo, Edward Brooms, Donald Daly, and all the other folks joining us. Share the damn live. We're going to ensure that we are shared to all the true and correct places, folks. Pace, and power. Good to have each and every one of you in the ring with we, in the ring with us. Good to have you, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pace, and power. Welcome in the ring, good folks. Welcome in the ring. Share the damn live. Deborah Sharona Lynch. Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Good to see you, Debs. And all the other folks joining us this evening. We are happy that you folks are here. And we hope, we trust, and we hope that you guys are well. We trust and we hope that you guys are well. Sukchan Sudhari. I see you there, Sukchan. And all the other guys joining, share the live. Whichever page you're joining us from, folks, follow that page. Whichever page you're following us from, follow that page. Share the live, smash the emoji button, folks, and come let me go down the road. Please and thank you. Joylyn Cook. What's brewing? Joylyn. Good to have each and every one of you. Wherever you're joining us from, folks, we are happy. We are simply delighted that you folks are here with us. We are happy and delighted. Welcome in the ring, Colin Solomon. Great to see you. Welcome in the ring, folks. Pace and power. Pace. How y'all doing now? How are y'all doing? Folks, we trust that you all are great, you know. Wherever you're joining us from, you know, we trust that you all are well. We trust that you all are good. You know, be gentle with yourselves. I had to be reminded of that just today. Be gentle with yourselves. Wherever you all rocking and coming from, folks, please and thank you. Be gentle with yourself. We have to remind ourselves today. We got to be gentle with us. With number one, numero uno. Good to have each and every one of you. I tried a different color jacket tonight. I'm usually in black all the time. I tried a different color tonight. Hope you guys are great. How are we looking? How are we? I've come to work, folks. Showed up for duty. Anne-Marie Selby. Good to have each and every one of you on the live. Good folks, we can't do it without you. And so we're going to ask you right away, folks, partner with us, please. If we can get to the next month, partner with we. Please and thank you.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring? Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring? Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $ in the ring 592, Zelle and PayPal in the ring 592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
You all heard that? If you want to keep getting more of in the ring, if you want to, somebody said, look, good boy. But you know, Respect your banners. Good to have you folks out here with us. Devon Wong, Spraga Benz, Armadon, and all the other folks. And I find the jacket bring out my complexion. Guys, we hope that you are well. We trust that you are great. Let's show you a couple of the things we got in the fight card this evening, folks. Fired up. and ready to go. Touch. Hope it works. Fired up and ready to go, folks. We trust that you guys are great. We trust that all is well at your end. Pace and power, boots on the ground. We ain't backing down. That's what we saying. We got a couple things in the fight card we want to share with you good folks. The EU people. The EU, the EU, the EU. Oh. We can talk about that. The electoral mission. What they said about that. Some of the recommendations. And then Malia. Of course. We can touch on Malia. We can touch on DeSantis, Floridian governor. And then we can touch on some Dun Stugs. And some things happening on the ocean, the wide, wide ocean out there. We can talk about a couple things. Who Vex, Charles Nelson, Tessa Waterman, Carol Hudson, Ayabo, Natasha. Good to have you. I never meet you. And then Natasha's a little disgusting, you know. All the Natashas I know, little disgusting. Gwyneth, are you sure? Ayabo said, same here. Leslie Hamilton, good to see you, Leslie. And all the other beautiful folks joining us this evening. Guys, we're happy you're here. Auntie Sandra Hanover, Gail Mingo, all the other guys. Enid Miggins, Latoya Spencer. Guys, we're happy you're here. We're happy. If you only went here, it's been doing the program by yourself, you know. Now, what fun that could be. Some things are fun doing by yourself, but some other things, you need company. You need company. So we're happy. Leonard Jacobs is here and Donna and all the other folks joining us this evening. Folks, let's have a go at it. The opener, if you miss it, Edith, unplug. Edith unplugged this morning, folks. Hearing some creaking. I got to oil this chair. Edith unplugged this morning. Take a look and take a listen. Unplug on Madia. Unplug. She asked some important questions to you. You need to unplug. Look, like I'll cook a little food, eh?
Good morning, Guyana. This is my first live ever, and it has really brought me to the place of having a live this morning because of the situation in Madia. You know, I cannot understand or begin to understand how can a country have so many fires under an installed government and no kind of investigation, no kind of system in place to find out who made these fires happen, what caused it to happen, and what can they do to prevent such fires again. Now, mind you, all these fires that have been taking place are mostly in our schools. We have not heard a bill in Parliament or a motion in the Parliament in respect of all these fires. A motion by the Minister of Education to have a debate on these fires and a way forward in preventing these fires. Mind you, all these fires that are taking place is hindering our children from having a proper education and moving forward with their future as it requires academics and schoolwork. Now, we have this recent fire in Madia, which I am not calling a fire, I'm calling it a mass murder. I'm calling it a next massacre. Because as far as I'm concerned, the cause of that fire could have been prevented if they had things in place in Madhya, in the dorms, if they had put a proper plan and system in constructing that dorms, rather than grilling it up and having our children like prisoners, they could have had high fences around that building with security guards so that children will know that they cannot escape or venture out to go without permission. Now you got children in a dorms, window grill up, door grill up, keys can be found, and children screaming, come on. I'm not there hearing the screams, but I can only visualize what is happening there, the extent of drama and traumatizing in that building by our children, our young, beautiful girls. Come on, Priya Manichan, I think it's time you pack your bag and get out. Y'all are installed, and if you got some dignity this morning, pack up shop and get out of all these offices. This is from Irfan Ali right down. Now he present himself in Madhya with the Prime Minister and his installed ministers, the whole cabal of them, heading to Madhya, didn't inform the mayor, deputy mayor, the chairman, nobody, no leaders in the region, and you talking about one Guyana, Irfan Ali. You talking about working together to bring healing and bring some kind of solace and comfort to the people in Madhya. You going in there for a big photo up, for a big showdown, to let you look as if you are a good president. You're not a good president. You are not a good president. You're far from being a president. You're a resident. Because all kinds of things happening in Guyana, and people sit and shut them out, and they ain't saying anything. And people ain't doing as what they're supposed to do, to let you know that you are unfit to lead a country. I don't even think Irfan Ali believe in God. And the word of God says, righteousness exalts a nation, and sin is a reproach. And if the head of our country isn't right, the whole country wrong. This Madhya situation should have been dealt with in a cohesive way, in an all-inclusive way. I don't even think Irfan Ali pick up the phone and call Aubrey Norton, the leader of the opposition, to say, well, you know what, Aubrey Norton, I think we have to join hands today and get into Madhya. He don't have the gut to do that. But when the opposition tried to get planes to go in there, all the planes full up. They ain't got any for them to go in. But he's in there with his team, trying to gain some support for the local government election. Look, it's time you have pack up shop and get out. Get out. Y'all had 23 years before, and you had fires then. Now you get 3 years now, and look how many fires we have. All including children. And y'all ain't doing not one thing for the betterment of the people of this country. Nothing. I am so much in sympathy. My heart bleeds every day for the people in Madhya from since yesterday when I ordered this fire. My heart is bleeding for the people of Madhya. And I pray God will move swiftly in Guyana to change the order and bring the right people and appoint them there so that this country can move forward. I don't want to touch the Isle. I'll leave the Isle for next day. But this story with Madhya, I am moved, deeply moved. Because years ago, I cared for children from Madhya in my home. And all those children were brilliant children. And I know Madhya has children who can be our future president for this country. So Irfan Ali, I'm talking directly to you this morning. You know me very well. If you got some pride and some dignity left in you, call all your ministers, y'all hold hand and walk home. Go home. You need to do that. Go home. Because y'all ain't fit not one thing. Nothing y'all ain't fit. Y'all ain't doing nothing for nobody in Guyana but for yourselves and your family, friends and cronies and favorites. So pack up your bag and get home. We need to have a Guyana that can be represented with positiveness. I'm appalled this morning. I woke up and to hear that news on CBS, CNN, Al Jazeera, British news, like every newscast in the foreign international world, Guyana was mentioned. Mentioned for what? 20 children dying in a fire. What nonsense is this? What kind of recognition is this, Irfan Ali? What kind of recognition is that? And the Mark Phillips walking around like Humpty Dumpty. He can't do not one thing. He didn't even know how, much as to do it. Look, yeah, get out of them offices and give the right people a chance to run this country and lift this country out of the depths of despair and place us high with positive recognition. Guyana, good morning. I'm leaving. I got to go and cook. Thanks for your attention. May God bless us, keep us, and let His face shine upon us and give us peace in this country. Remove all them devils, all them hyenas, remove them, God. Let them go and let your country, let our country, God's country, run on the things of God. Thank you.
Look like I'll cook my little food, eh? While y'all sharing the live, I gonna cook my little food. While y'all making up your mind. If y'all want to share the live, look like I'll cook my little food. I have Natasha, Imelda. I can listen to that another 60 times. Elizabeth Williams Niles, Chin and Nyan, Yanet. I can listen to that again. Like go cook me little food, yeah? But with y'all here, like go cook my little food. Folks, I want to move forward. Selena Fraser, I want to move forward. But y'all don't share the life. That's the admission price. You gotta share the live. Smash that emoji button, folks. And come let me go down the road. That was the opener. Good folks, that was the opener. Come on, folks, share the live. Tina Turner. She was simply the best, folks. I think the guys got the number wrong, though. They're at 83. You know, we gotta do the maths. They're at 83, folks. Simply the best. The one and only Tina Turner. That's what they're telling us. That tonight at 83. And what a legacy. What a fantastic legacy of music that Tina Turner has left. You know, we put on 3 years in Tina Turner. Don't do it. Don't do it to a legend. Folks, our thoughts and prayers go to her family. You know, fans around the world. Simply the best. Was woman bad for days. Bad for days. I'm happy I lived in Tina Turner's age. You know, got an appreciation for music. Simply the best. Walk good, Tina Turner. Walk good. Walk good. Gone today at 83, folks. Gone today at 83. Randy Sanchez. Some of y'all, boy. Don't think I know some of y'all like Trump. Don't think I know. 3,500 people watching us around the world, folks. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. Come alive and share the live. Gil Mingo, you share yet? Odwin Lake. Odwin, you share? Elizabeth Howard. Janessa Marcus. 83. I know it's 83. Lady, look at though. Lady, hold on, DeSantis. Track and come. Hold on. Lady, look at 83. I just stop worrying over people. Stop worrying. Be concerned. But don't be worried. Lady look fantastic. Fresh. Feel the tree. You know, some we touch the tree and we fall up. Some we start the tree and we wrinkle up. You know, watch yourselves. We wrinkle up like Corilla. Don't just come to me. You're right, you know. Wrinkle up till it turn out here looking fresh. Gone at 83. DeSantis now. Well, the old boy formerly in the race. He wants to be the president of the United States of America. Yep, he filed the papers. He filed the paperwork. I hope he got no forged signatures. You know, you can't trust them Republicans. I hope he got no forged signatures on his nomination papers. Kurt Heidecken, out front parts, hoping on a forged signatures. Oh, yes. The other people had to send a forged signatures for LG. I hear a squawk out of the British High Commission. Squawk. How do you send me see? These people, You remember that them was Guardians there? You remember that? That's Chris Schultz, that's Joyce Spencer. There was in Guardians there. Yeah, Rishi Santos is the best. I think he was on Twitter Spaces today with Elon Musk. That's how he announced his candidacy. We happy for him. If you're going to be a Jagabat, be a good Jagabat. You're going to be a president, be a good president. Presidential candidate, sir. He should be a little crazy. To me, like I said, it's like I sense him a spirit. You see when your spirit clean, you pick up things, yeah? I sense him his spirit like he little more than Trump. Like enough. He plenty more than Trump. You know? That's how I feel in my spirit. That's how I feel in my spirit. And today, folks, in the national news, you know, we saw Rishi Sunak meeting with the bright ones at his end there in Europe, talking about the existential threat that is artificial intelligence. I watch your cells out there, right? Existential threat. That's how he put it. And he has some fears of disinformation. The people really frightened. Them is the masters at disinformation. With this cockamamie story. This Marie story, we can come around to them just now. But Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, he says AI used incorrectly, existential threat. You see the problem the Pentagon had? Somebody put up a fake photograph. Markets dipped 10 points, I think. Disinformation. That's what we're talking about. That's the age we're living in, folks. The age of disinformation. Right? Stay in the know. Stay woke, folks. Stay woke. Nancy Drew, see somebody put it there. Stay woke, good people. Well, look, story, they're telling us Ukraine's defense intelligence, Putin is afraid of being killed. And then buys it close. I'm telling you what Ukraine has said. They said we close. And that he's feared. He fears being killed. If you can't do the time, so we say all these parts. Don't do the crime. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. There's Alvin McGrath, Chin Heil, Mike, Edward Brooms, Sardinia, Chin Heil, this was kind of fancy. Sardinia, let's see the right. Sardia, Stitchman. Sardia Stitchman. Yes, tonic. Sardia Stitchman. Those are some of the things, folks, we see internationally. And of course, we got the former ambassador to Kuwait, the one and only Professor Shamir Ali. He got the back channels for us tonight. I know we've had such a busy week thus far. We skipped it. Couldn't deal with it Monday night. We were hot off the press with what's happening in Madrid. We're still in that direction. But Professor Shamir Ali, he got the back channels for me tonight, folks. Professor got the back channels. Take a look and take a listen. Please and thank you. Take a look and listen.
Greetings, namaste, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to listeners in Guyana and globally. Thanks to Brother Sheridan team for another very informative program. Today is a very, very sad day. As you remember, the 18 girls and one boy who tragically lost their life. Our condolences, our sympathy, our best wishes for strength for the parents and families. We also offer our prayers, duas, and felicitations for the speedy recovery of those who are injured. It is a very, very sad time, and I hope the government of the Guyana will take responsibility together with everyone else around civil society and find out the cause and find out solution. For so many bars in a dormitory, it tells a story, all is not well. So we need, with the oil revenues, a thorough evaluation, perhaps stopping one of the big projects immediately as we celebrate our 57th anniversary on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen,
Guyana is going through ups and downs. I don't have to tell you. It's in the media. Others are reading. Before I wake up in the morning from 3 o'clock, I receive messages from the Middle East because they're 7 and 8 hours ahead. They're more in tune with many of us. As we go to our 58th year after Friday, I have two simple recommendations to improve Guyana's management of the oil and gas industry. Two new embassies, one in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Riyadh and one in the Kingdom of Norway in Oslo. Those two countries are the bastion for managing their oil revenue, helping their people, helping their citizens first, doing all the infrastructure and managing the natural resource fund. For them is a sovereign wealth fund. It is time after Friday for all parties pulling down one after another to stop. When is this going to stop? We need an extra sign from Almighty. Election is over. The government has to work with the 6 races in Guyana. No if, or but. I have evidence in my iPhone of one top PPP officer referring to Dr. Vincent Adams, a patriot, an outstanding American in the gas and oil industry. You know what a PPP high person said who's connected, heavily connected? It is unfortunate that he, meaning Dr. Adams, Vince Adams himself, got entangled with politics. Otherwise, I am sure he would have been retained. Now tell me in the Lord's name, politics is over. Dr. Vince Adams is giving ID. He showed by his performance. Why in the earth's name do we have to have politics? Politics for the election. Election is over. Please press on. Public leaders need to manage with one nation, one people, one destiny as our motto. Party affiliation, that culture must stop. Well, ExxonMobil is in the news with all the cases, right or wrong. But what I can tell you from my back channel, and it might be shocking, but it's true, Almighty is above. Fortune is a 500 USA corporation. They're subject, like any American corporation, to what is known as the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. I am a former IRS agent in New York, among many of the caps I wore for a number of years. And my back channel tells me that a number of Guyanese American who are in touch with their senators and congresspersons have approached the Department of Justice for Department of Justice to consider looking at Exxon in Guyana in relation to the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. Well, if Exxon has nothing to hide, there'll be nothing. Investigations happen every day, every minute, every hour. But if Exxon is in a sticky wicket, in cricket terms, well, the googly is going to bowl. If there's a sticky wicket, the ball is turning, and no, unless you're a skillful, extraordinary batsman, you can cover those 3 stumps. So, and the citizens are in where? Maryland, Washington, Atlanta, New Jersey, North Carolina, and New York. That's the best of my knowledge. I heard just now as I'm coming on, Connecticut is also mustering support to ask their people to find out. Well, if there's nothing wrong, I also happen to know reliably with documentation. I'm one of those who love evidence because I paid a heavy price in my earlier life without evidence. Now I got more evidence. In the USA, it's known as the Whistleblower Act. And a concerned American Guyanese has filed a Whistleblower Act in Washington in the case where Exxon is getting a receipt for paying taxes in Guyana without paying the tax. I hope my information is not correct, but from all my intelligence, it's in the news from the reliable writers. I wouldn't call their name, but you know who are the reliable writers. There are about 5 of them in Guyana. They have written about Exxon getting a receipt and not paying the taxes. Well, any accountant will know you can't do that. You can't take a receipt and don't pay it and claim it. Whistleblower Act will find out. Ladies and gentlemen, these are trying times, and we need to stop tearing down and build for the better. Guyana is blessed with all those riches. It's now for manage it properly, and the time is now. Maybe the events of Madia is a sign from Almighty. We have to think about that. Maybe it's a sign of what's wrong in our society and have a reevaluation, a relook, a re-examination of our inner self. And above all, let's be true to thine own self. That's in the Holy Book, and I'm quoting it. In the sorrowful days, may God, Allah, Ram, Sita, Vishnu, Abraham, Yahweh, and the African God of peace, Abatala, be with you and all of us in Guyana, and especially at this time for the suffering, hurting families in Madia. Good night. Greetings, namaste, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yep, back channels, Professor Shamir Ali. Apologies there. The back channels. Let us be true to thine own self. To thine own self be true. That's Shakespeare. To thine own self be true. The good book says he requires truth on the inward parts. I tell you, if it didn't come into politics, his religion are going, you know. Truth on the inward parts. That's what he requires of us. Moving on, folks. A little confused now. Moving on. We coming in. We coming in, good folks, from around the region. Look some of the information we're covering tonight. VP Harris is bound for the Bahamas. VP Harris bound for the Bahamas. Yep, that's what's going down. Bahamas bound. Bound for the Bahamas. Yep. She got a meeting there with Caribbean leaders. No doubt. Holly boy gonna run the photo. You know that is photo tech routers. Photo op specialists. Photo ops specialists. It's them. VP Kamala Harris. She's heading to the Bahamas. She's going to be meeting with Caribbean leaders there. I wish them the best. Don't fatigue the woman too much. Shucks. Wish them the best. Rhonda Gordon, Karen Thorne, Elodie Gilbert. Wish them the best on that front. Look, story here now. Next door, Brazil has declared a state of animal health emergency. That's what we're spelling tonight, man. Animal health, TH. Emergency. Yep, you know they got the avian flu there. And they're talking about it spreading more and affecting animal life. So they got an animal health emergency right now. That's happening in Brazil, and we wish them the best. We wish them the best. Please and thank you. Wish them the best. So we're watching that. That's one of the things we're watching as well, folks. And finally, in international and regional news, they had a big boat chase in the Caribbean Sea. Them boys said a big haul, a huge haul of cocaine. Right? Colombian military, they said, chased down a narco speedboat. Them boys got the fastest speedboats out there, no? Chased down the speedboat and made a huge haul. A huge haul. Let me see if we can get, you know, the old lies in this hour don't see too good. Let me see if we can get here, folks. I want to get the amount. A lot of cocaine. Is a lot of cocaine, according to the Daily Mail. A lot of cocaine. $21 million worth of cocaine. US million. Not Guyana million. $21 million worth of cocaine. Yep. $21 million. They chase it down. $12 million less. Oh, they're ruining the lives of people. God damn it. Moving on with the 592. Good folks, it's all downhill from here now. It's all downhill from here. Comrades say like we curse. Why is it? Every time them boys in, it's trouble. Van Classic. Why? Edward Brooms. I see some of y'all say like you think they come here. Why is it? Every time them boys come in the 592, it's trouble in the dance. Why is that? You don't find something wrong with that? I find something little wrong with that. I find something little wrong with that. Well, you all know crime continues to spiral. I'll try with that. Look story here now. Man down. Man down. Kieran Anchan. He was going through all boys' tongue, they tell us. With his son, well, who tell you to do that? Right? Kieran was shot. Man down, man down, man down. Kieran Anchan was shot. Yep. He was shot. But recovering, thankfully. Shot but recovering. He was taking his son for a birthday shoot, they tell us. In all boys' tongue. When bullets struck him, he's from vigilance. Yep. Thankfully, he got his life. Our brother here didn't fare so well at all. Terrence Washington, they're telling us on Tuesday morning, was beaten to death. Jesus. Is my skin growing right now? Terrence Washington, beaten to death. It was his daughter's birthday. Beaten to death. Why? Some altercation with Terrence and some young men next door. And that's how Terrence can lose his life, on his daughter's birthday. There was some kind of exchange of words, you see, between Terrence and these young men from a neighboring yard. And the report is that they jumped the fence. They jumped the fence of his Durban Street Lodge home and beat him to death. Beat him to death. Yeah. Folks, you all think you understand the country we're in? And as us Rastas say, overstand. You think you overstand the country we're in? The thing want blood every day. Blood and gore and mayhem. Right? Like them boys sell we, Iban Lamy, Rosetta Barton, Alson Cortez, like they sell us. How it going? Sir Mars' case is still making its way through the courts. Sir Corwin Mars was brutally murdered. Well, they're telling us the police released a video interview of the accused. Well, his lawyer not having it. Bernardo Santos has written to the Chancellor and others, the police commissioner inclusive, about this, what they're calling a strange move. It's a very strange move for the police to be releasing the interrogation video. I tell what people tell us. FYI, that's how that's going. Folks, let justice be done. Let justice be done. It's not just kick wrong these cases, Tell there's a no case submission and it goes nowhere. Let's be serious about this. Let's be serious about justice in this country. Somebody lost their life, Let's be serious about that. Them thugs. Folks, we got the weirdest country. You got people who want to be involved in all kinds of activities, but like they're suited for it. You remember a man went in a pastor house and fall asleep in the kitchen? He go eat all the bad food. He falls asleep in the kitchen like Sleeping Beauty. Fall asleep. Another done stuck now run out. Another done stuck run out. You see? Catch it off with a whole set of things. We even had space on the graphic to put up everything he catch it off with. Hours later to find with everything. There's what stories is in this country. Folks, I mean, if you can steal, there's some finesse about it, you know. Be able to do it with some degree of success. You can't even thief properly. Find something else to do, man. Go aside. Can't even thief properly. You know? Giving the people a bad name out here. Can't even thief properly. You find me with everything. You see these dunstugs out here? Yeah? You see these dunstugs? They know they're able. They find me with everything. He was like the one they had with the 16 billion. You remember he? Find he with everything. Everything they find he with. But I trust he happy now. What a clown. Busted with the loot. That's what the guys say. Busted with everything. Everything. That's what I tell you. You take the easy. These dunstugs, you take the easy. They're not easy. They're telling you, they tell us hours after the fellow allegedly broke into a Hydroni's Bank Essequibo house and carried off with a quantity of valuables. They arrested the man and recovered everything. Hours later. You know? But like they want to get the fellow name. Right? Engine, electric tools, a quantity of clothing. He clean up. Just happy, you know. Like he changed his mind afterwards. Some dunstugs we got in this country. Can't even thief properly. You know? Can't even thief properly. Them boys. What's the story now? Program about to get interesting. First, Ghana is a bizarre place, you know. I wonder what the new U.S. ambassador is going to make of it. You know, so Sarah walking very piously. Today, I saw a look story here now. It's them quiet ones, you know. You all remember the lion Onage Waldron? It's them quiet ones. Jagabats, trench crappos, it's them tadpoles and cricketers. Yep, it's them. It's telling you the same. It's the Hittites, Philistines and Pharisees, and the Jebusites. It's them. It's the quiet ones. Here's the quiet ones. That's what I'm telling you. Who vex? The EU Observer. Our people had one thing to do. 8 essential recommendations, among others. That's what the folks said they had. 8 essential recommendations, among others. The people said 3 years later, it's only 2 that have been implemented partially. And they're telling us that they're interested in free and fair elections and reforming GCOM and electoral reform. The EU was astonished. I'm telling you what the folks said. 2 of 8 essential recommendations. Well, they're now finding out who really is these boys. They're now finding out who really is these boys. They think there was people. They're those animals to deal with. 2 of 8. You know why? They ain't got no time with that. They like the system exactly how it is. That's what I say. They like the system exactly how it is. We know the whole thing. 2 of 8. That's what I'm saying. Right? They said there have been no movement on the issues of campaign finances and the use of state media in the run-up to elections. They ain't got time with that. Right? They want to dominate everything. That's what the EU Observer Mission filed in their report. Them boys is about domination. EU gonna learn about them. You know, you gonna learn about them. That's the Hitler traits showing. Hitleresque traits coming out. We know about them. You are now learning. You see, they preach one thing, but they practice something totally different. Something totally different. Somewhere in Guyana, they're still hunting Smalley. Yep. They gone quiet. Is information blackout now in Smalley. They said they're still holding the boat captain and the woman. They're still holding them. Smalley remains elusive thus far. Smalley remains elusive. I'm happy for them. You know, these people think we are fools in this country. I want you all to know that. They watch at us and they think we're clowns. Huh? They watch at us and they think we pagally. Yep. They think we pagally. They said the hunt is still on for Smalley. Ronald Williams. The boat captain, they tell us. And the woman, they're still holding them. They're still holding them. They think Smalley's a dunstug. Like the other fella. Thief up all the thing and walk around the car and get catch. Oh, you're low fashion all them thing. A set of drills and boat engine. You can't go far. You can't go far. Smalley like that. You think so? Oh, the shock. And now they got a set of distractions. A set of distractions. We wish them the best. We wish them the best. We're happy that the police, as we turn our attention to some local government information, we're happy that the police getting some training on local government elections. It could only argue to our collective benefit. We're happy to see the Region 3 police in particular. You know what is skullduggery went down there for elections? A lot of skullduggery in Region 3. Garnish said the whole story. He know the whole thing. Garnish know the whole thing. Sent around doing electorally. Went down in Region 3. So we're happy to see the police over there getting some LEG training, LGE training. But look, story here now. This one for the book. Folks, you know they say, I've learned while I was doing my LLB, and I mean lemon, limes, and bitters. When I was doing my law degree, we learned that a defense to slander and libel is the truth. Y'all didn't tell me Chase Green carried a counsel to court recently. Y'all didn't tell me that. Some of y'all, Bellingway, y'all chest, you know, Shannon Fortune, Lester Williams, you didn't tell us Chase Green took this counsel to court. They share the same constituency, right? But she don't want the truth. She don't want the truth to be known. She carried the man to court. Folks, I want to do a poll tonight. Right? I asking questions. She carried the councillor Dexter Fort to court for allegedly, they're telling us, calling her a sellout. Folks, I asking you all a question. In your estimation, is Chase Green a sellout? In your own deliberate judgment, that is the question I asking you all. In your own deliberate judgment, she carried Dexter Ford to court for calling she a sellout. In your own deliberate judgment, is Chase Green a sellout? I looking at the responses. Desiree say yes. Paulette Greaves say yes. Claudine Squire say yes, she is. Ronaldo Cassius says yes. She carried to court. Because on the political stump, he called she sellout. Hold on. It gets better. Folks, the race now heating up. Right? He says she switch. She carried to court. A defense Nigel, you tell me if I'm wrong or right. What's the guy needs to say? Tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong. A defense to slander and liable is the truth. She carried to court because Dexter says she switch. Oh, I see folks say yes, it's a big switch. Chrissy Muffat say yes, she switch. Chase Green switch? That's the question they're asking you all today. Devon wrong. Did Chase Green switch? Joy Dotson, Tiffany Rollins, Sandra Brotherson, did she switch? Desmond Benjamin, Carol Jacobs, did she switch? Huh? I've seen some resounding yes. Right? But hold on. There's one more. There's one more. She carried him to court. I gotta say, him and me a motley voice. The truth hurts. You all have supplied the answers to the question. He said she's a hungry belly. She took him to court. He said she's a hungry belly. A hungry belly. She carried to court for that. How you can get thin-skinned people like this in the city hall, around the horseshoe table? How we can get thin-skinned people like this, man? The old age showing, you know. Old age showing. She gave old age a bad name, though. You see Tina Turner at 83. The cheese, great. Chalk the cheese. Chalk the cheese. Chalk the cheese. Tina Turner make Chase Green look like Methuselah. See, called she hungry belly. He said she switch. She sell out. She carried to court. She carried him to court. Folks, Canada is the greatest country on earth. It is the greatest. Let me say with Trini accent. It is the greatest country on earth. She took Dexter to court. Here the court did. The court, I think, put him on 10,000. I'm trying to find my notes. Don't think you haven't kerfuffle me. Right? The court put him on 10,000 bail, I think it was. And the court advised him. The court advised him, 10,000 bail, and advised him to stay away from her. Me think Dexter go on the party. Me think Dexter go on the party. 10,000 bail and stay away from Chase Green until the matter is determined. Me think you're gonna promise with Dexter. Me think so. Right? So Dexter, y'all have agreed with Dexter on all Dexter's legal question. Right? Whether she's a sellout, whether she's a switch, whether she's a hungry belly, you all have answered. You see? You all have answered. Brandam, Chase Green. Yeah. Park and meet him, Pat. How could we forget? Park and meet him, Pat. Look, story here now. Look, story here now. Your boy run out. Your boy run out this morning. You see? Run out with a live. You know. We know it's fun. Wake up some mornings thinking about the burial ground. You remember that? Thinking about the burial ground. Right? Thinking about the burial ground. When he ran out this morning. He ran out. He had a live. He was close to the burial ground. You heard some bugling like people interring somebody early in the morning. You know, he ran out, folks. He ran out. Why? They were out there parading several of the fire victims from Madhya last evening. You see? These people sick, you know. Sick in the brains. Some of them literally sick too. Literally sick. They are sick, parading them people left, right, and center. Left, right, and center, parading the people. Look, story here. This hypocrite on edge, this liar, This Dutchax. When it went in that National Assembly, put your hand on the Bible. The same hand. On the Bible. She said, I is not dual citizen. Right? I am not a dual citizen. You know what the Chief Justice says? Onage Waldron, you are the mother. That's what the Chief Justice said in her Jerry Seinfeld. Is Jerry Seinfeld? What's the fellow name again? Died recently. Yeah? In a Jerry voice, Onage Waldron, you are the mother. Out there parading them young women last evening for their own sick and twisted political ends. This is political prostitution. That is what it is. Political prostitution. From the hospital bed, Guyanese at home and abroad, and foreigners and diplomats, ministers of government, you all drag these young women out of their hospital beds, demanding that they are discharged, so you can have photo ops with them. Thank you very much. I saw the comment go by. In her Jerry Springer voice, Chief Justice says, Onage, you are the mother of lies. Lady, put your hand on the Bible. In the National Assembly, let me tell you something. As bad as I bad, let me tell you something. If they got me and Onage in a dark alley, see? If I see Onage in a dark alley and it's me and she, I run in the opposite direction. Right? And I run in hollering murder. You hear me? Like how prayer holler rape. I holler it wasn't prayer, it was don't let me slam the prayer. Was the other cross? Is we name again? Was a minister local government? The other cross. I run in hollering rape and murder. If me and Onage in a dark alley, me and taking one for the team. Me and taking one for the team. At least that in a dark alley. I ain't taking one for the team. Unfortunately, looks and so on. Little body and so on. Little strips. I ain't taking one for the team. Not in the dark alley. I run in rape murder. I run in another direction. The dangerous. The dangerous. You know the Bible right about that? Oh, Father. How you ask read that Bible? How? Shelly Reader. Soon as I box me Bible, I see people all over it. Soon as I box me Bible, I say the wrong long. And I got the evidence. Folks, when I was 13 years old, Gail went in the National Assembly. 13 I was. Lady still around. Lady still around. Look at vampire blood. This vampire business still there. Still there. That's why I'm telling you. They're the wrong long. When I box the Bible, I see the PPP. Huh? I box it. Who would think the prophets are talking to and said, generation of vipers? It's them. It's a little viper. I just show you there. Generation of vipers. You see? Generation of vipers. You go to the New Testament, they're right there too. The prophet, he said, Father, I like this cup. I'm telling you what he said. I don't like the cup. He said, let the cup pass, man. Shucks. I ain't like cup. Is that what Jesus said? Peace be upon him. Is that what Jesus said? I ain't like the cup. Let it pass. And y'all gonna vote for cup? Jesus. Jesus was a prophet, you know. All this Jesus saying. He said, I ain't like cup. Father, if thou be willing, let the cup pass. Let the cup pass. I ain't like it. It's long delay wrong. Prostituted the young people. But he run out after the OBA backfire. And you all start calling them out. Clive Jackson, out front parts, Romiliander, Shelly the Ridder, folks, it's me or is 918? 4,000 you still watching us. Aldwin Lake, After you all start wailing into them on social media, here from Ronald, listen to the madness. If y'all were ever in doubt that Irfan elevator don't reach the top floor, I got the evidence tonight. Irfan run out with the most bizarre request. He said, y'all stop thinking, stop analyzing, leave that to us. Sheena Hazel, Patricia, stop thinking. Stop this analyzing thing on social media. Folks, this is the most bizarre thing you can see in any democratic country. Even Putin and doing this in Russia. You see? Even Xi Jinping ain't doing this in China. You think you understand where we're coming from? Tayyip Erdogan ain't doing this in Turkey. Irfan run out. After the OB backfire, and you all start wailing into them for the adolescent prostitution politically that they're behaving with. Look story here now. You see? Look story here now, Irfan. Listen carefully what Irfan what y'all do.
My fellow Guyanese, good morning. This morning, I want to speak to us as a collective. In this period of national pain, we have a collective responsibility, a collective duty of ensuring we support these families and children who are going through unimaginable pain at this moment. I want to speak to you this morning on a very sensitive issue, and that is the use of social media during this period. I have been in conversation with parents, family members, and these children directly. Social media is a powerful tool, and it's a tool in situations like these that must be utilized within some guidelines and some rules. I'm urging all Guyanese to desist from self-analysis, from reviewing timeline stories of all these girls, and from analyzing the life story of all of these girls at this time. There's a time and place for everything. Let us focus our use of social media on motivational quotes, on prayers, on inspirational songs, on uplifting messages, and not an opportunity to theorize and come up with our own theories. My fellow Guyanese, good morning.
Folks, I tell you this. You know, Irfan is them people that kill you. They come and cry at your funeral, and they're going to fight your family for reading eulogy. You see? Irfan them put out there, right? That had a little cockle in the dam, she had a big man. She had boyfriend and so. She take a man. Right? She get vexed when they take away her cell phone and she pull a carry. That's what they put out there. That is what they put out there. They say rat now wire that starts sparking and poof. This and the girl had a man. She was reprimanded for that. Her phone was taken away. She got vexed. And she went Carrie on us. Y'all ever saw the movie Carrie? A fire starter? Yeah? That's how she went on us. Nuclear. Right? And then when y'all are buying into this story, when you're seeing through the story, he run out in this very corpse-like appearance, trying to tell you what to think and not to think, and what you should say on social media. These were the folks, when they had the Camp Street fire and prisoners died, had the worst things to say about the government of the day. And now, these same hypocrites, these same jagabats, one come wrong you funny. Folks, the closer. Randy, Quechilo, our brother, caught up with MP Manzo Walton this year today. I said, Randy, better ask Manzo, what's your impression about this? Yeah? He run out. He will look like he swim out. And he little child, you see, that's very listless. He can't even fake, sadness. He's trying to look all melancholy. But that's not the president we know, That's not the air fun we know. He's come out abusing out. Yeah. Where were you during the protracted period of the election? Let me come this way. He's trying to pretend. He's trying to channel an altar boy. But he make it. So we ask man, what do you think about all this stuff with their fun? Them girls last night and so on. Folks, MP Amanzo Walton is here. The closer who vex. Fight we. Fight us. Fight we.
I think, Randy, I think we were all still grappling with that tragedy that has happened in Madhya, and now we're losing these 19, young, promising souls. I think, up until now, I've made a deliberate effort to not be political about this because this is really a Guyanese tragedy. But over the last maybe 24 hours, I continue to be appalled at how the government is handling this situation. From the report that has come out so quickly that this fire was allegedly set by one of the young students in the dorm because of her being unhappy with disciplinary action. Look, there's so many things wrong with that scenario, because my concern is, I have a couple of concerns. One, this young lady almost seems to have been offered up to the public. This is a child. And whether you allege that she has set a fire, you still owe a duty of care to this Guyanese child. She is a child, and the state has a duty of care towards her. They seem to have offered her up to the public for the type of crucifixion that we are seeing, that Irfan Ali has this morning now come out to try to mitigate. They were the custodians of that narrative. They allowed it to be out there in the public. It was published on their propaganda pages. And now that the horse has bolted from the stable, you are coming to tell the people of Guyana to stop engaging in self-analysis, as he has put it. What nonsense. What nonsense. Any person who can think for themselves will understand that fires happen, and irrespective of how they start, the questions must be asked. Why were there no fire detection systems? What was the fire suppression system in place? Why were these students locked in? Why was this building so heavily grilled? There are so many questions, but this government and their actions suggest that they want to keep our attention focused on this young lady, to cover up, in my view, just the mismanagement and the culpability and the irresponsibility and the gross dereliction of duty that will be attributed to so many different levels of government and government functionaries and government officials. And so I am not going to be sidetracked by focusing on this young lady. She is a child. She clearly has had, based on what they have said, a history of troubled behavior. Now, when you go down that rabbit hole, as it were, so many questions arise. If she's had this history of deviant behavior, as they've put it, how were her parents involved in resolving this? Was the ministry notified? What were the measures in place to monitor such a troubled child, being that she was occupying a space with other students? It is said, based on the government's information that they released, that she was upset because her phone was taken away because she was engaged in activities with a male that were not in her best interest. Where is that male? And if he was engaging in inappropriate conduct with a minor child, why has he not been charged with the relevant criminal offenses? So these are all questions that are arising as a result of the narrative that this government chose to put out to the people of Guyana. And so now to call on people to stop engaging in social media analysis when you yourself has put the information in the public space just shows how incompetent Irfan Ali and his government are, and that they really are not fit to run a country.
Speaking of incompetence, the vigil last night has come in for much public criticism because a number of those students who were rescued from the fire were present there straight out of the hospital. Your thoughts on that?
As a mother, when I saw that last night, my blood boiled. I think I'm still grappling with the rage that I feel about what. Let me say this. Irfan Ali is a father. Priya Manik Chand is a mother. And if any one of them could say to me that if their child had gone through that experience, that their first action after that child would have been discharged from hospital would be to take them to a public forum to be paraded like props, they would never do that to their own children. So why do they feel comfortable doing it to these children? And then Priya gets on media to say, oh, these were the wishes of the children. They are children. And we as the adults have a duty to provide the guidance that they require. More so the fact that they are in such a traumatized state. It was callous, it was depraved, and it was nothing short of exploitation of our children. And the whole pack of them should go home. Everybody should be made to resign over this. Listen, I have had to really control myself. When I saw Vindhya with that young girl with a broken arm, parading her like she's a showpiece. Now these children have just survived a fire. I'm no medical expert, but they would have had smoke inhalation issues. You have them out in the public, they don't even have on masks. And their respiratory systems are vulnerable because of what they just went through. And then Irfan Ali wants to get up on national television to tell Guyanese people they must not think for themselves, because that is essentially what he is saying when he says don't engage in self-analysis. Something is rotten in Georgetown, and it is Irfan Ali and his cabal. And we have to, as Guyanese, call them out. We got to hold them accountable. Well, over the next few days, I expect that the government will stop using these children as props for their photo opportunities. There are protocols involved when children are involved in tragedies. You look the world over and you see efforts are made to protect the identities of children. We have a government parading these girls in distress, chronicling their distress every step of the way. And that has to stop immediately. The next thing I think has to happen is a commission of inquiry has to be established. I noticed Irfan Ali said that he will appoint the Prime Minister to head a task force, and the Brigadier Omar Khan of the Guyana Defense Force. Now, not taking anything away from these gentlemen and their capacity, but I don't think Irfan Ali could be serious. You have a situation where the lives of 19 young Guyanese, promising Guyanese, their lives have been snuffed out in the most horrendous way. And so it requires nothing short of a commission of inquiry, and not only any old commission of inquiry, but a commission of inquiry headed by either someone with significant judicial experience, an international expert who has significant experience in inquiries of these types. So we're looking at bringing in people who can investigate and to make strong recommendations. And they have to be people who are of renown. And that is the least the government can do to ensure that this commission of inquiry does not appear to be self-serving, as it were, and that the people of Guyana can have faith in the recommendations coming out of this commission of inquiry. We have the resources. We have the resources to ensure that we are able to get the best experts down here to come up with recommendations to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Look, we spent, I think it's close to 700 million on a commission of inquiry for the last general and regional elections. So I expect that this government will spare no expense, because we're talking about the lives of 19 of our young people, 19 of our promising young souls. So that there's no excuse. Money is not an issue. In fact, you know, there is money, I believe, from the carbon credits that should be put specifically towards assisting in this situation. So there are ample resources available. So the government has no excuse. So if Irfan is serious, I expect that in the next few days he will be announcing to the people of Guyana a commission of inquiry comprised of experts from around the world, so that the people of Guyana can have an understanding as to exactly what happened. Recommendations can be made to make sure that this never happens again, and that those grieving families can finally get some justice. Because look, we must not forget that this is not the first dorm fire that has happened under the PPPC administration. In 2008, we lost 3 young people, 3 young girls, when their dorm was razed to the ground at Waramadang. We lost the boys' dorm in Bartica in 2007. Guyanese haven't forgotten that. And so the question necessarily arises, has this PPP government, have they learned nothing? What have they learned? They've presided over 2 fires in dorms. Yet you have a situation in Madhya where the dorm is grilled up, not with mesh or any other such protection, but with industrial gauge steel. And so they are locked in. Our children are literally imprisoned in their dorms, whilst we have dangerous prisoners escaping. And the government must answer for that. They must answer for that. So it requires, in my view, nothing short of a thorough commission of inquiry. And it must result in recommendations across sectors, so that we will ensure that this never happens again to our children in Guyana. We, are boasting about the largest budgets ever and about the fastest growing economies, but you have schools and dorms in the hinterland that do not even have a fire extinguisher. And so I think this government has really indicated just how incompetent they are to deal with the welfare of the people of Guyana. They have shown us in no uncertain terms that they are simply self-serving, and they're willing to use these surviving children as pawns in their political games. And it must stop, and it must stop now. I think
that was the closer. Beat and teach. That's what it's called it. Beat and teach. That's the closer. Good folks. That is the closer. Thanks for being here with us. And we encourage you folks, share the live. Share the live. We got 4,000 of you, believe it or not, still watching us across social media at 9:39. 4,000 of you still watching us on social media at 9:39. I can take a screenshot and post it. Because like you, I think I might be lying. 4,000 of you still watching us, still watching we. See a post there? Still watching us. Beat and teach. Beat and teach. Partner with us, folks.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
That's right.
Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592 at gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments. Want to
You share the live yet? Thanks for joining us, folks. That's our time and that's our program. Thanks for joining us this evening. Debbie Collins, you gotta watch them, Debs. Ayaba, Natasha, Hazel, and Odwin, and all the other folks out there. Thanks for joining us this evening. It means the world to us. Stay safe, folks. That's our time. Stay safe. Stay safe. That's what we said. Stay safe.